Welcome to the Cougar Cast here at the Kokomo Post Sports. I'm your host, Jay Stevens, and this is the place to get all the information on what's going on inside the athletic department at IU Kokomo. And joining us once again for today's show is IUK's SID. It's my guy, Grant Patterson. Grant, welcome back.
Thanks, Jay. Good to be back as always.
Man, I'm glad you're here. I'm also glad to hear that there are some great things going on with the cross-country program. They recently had the NAIA Great Lakes Challenge, and I saw and read there was a great report from numerous Cougars that did really well during that event.
Yeah, not only numerous Cougars doing really well, but the men's team, shout out to them, man, turned in overall, I think it was second or third fastest overall team time in an 8-kilometer race in program history. So program's probably been around for 7 or 8 years. 7 or 8 meets a year. That's quite a few meets. And to turn in the top 2 or 3 program times in the program's history is impressive. And Bryce Stateler led the way. Stateler, still haven't nailed that one down yet. So sorry, Bryce. But he was impressive. He had a lifetime PR, which that just speaks to the volume that they've been working at. I think 4 or 5 kids. It must have been a fast course if multiple kids were laying down lifetime PRs, but 4 or 5 kids had lifetime personal best times in an 8K Saturday for the men. A couple did it for the women. We finally had a full team injury-wise on the women's side, so we could count a team score. Not what they're wanting, but they'll get there. River State's conference meet is a week from this coming Saturday, so about a week and a half left to prepare for that, see if we can't send any student athletes to the NAIA championship meet in Missouri. But yeah, overall, just a solid week. Hannah Wells had a lifetime PR to lead the women. She had a 4th place finish in the meet out of 170 runners, I believe. So 4th of 170, that fraction's pretty impressive. So shout out to Hannah and Bryce for leading the way. They were the charged up Cougars of the week as announced by the IUK XC Twitter account.
I love hearing all of those numbers, and I'm hoping, I know that we're not there yet, but I'm hoping, Grant, we can coordinate with Colvin the ability to get the athletes that, if any, qualify for, I don't care if it's conference or nationals, bro, I don't really care, but trying to get some athletes in here before the nationals or the conference meets, to probably national meet, to try to highlight them. We'll have a little bit of fun with them. I loved it last time we did it. I know I talked to Julian Wallace at a football game recently, and he was like, man, I missed it the last time I was overseas. And I enjoy any time we get athletes in here to talk to them about their journeys of being athletes at IUK. Yeah,
so no doubt. If we have some qualifiers after next weekend's, 2 weekends from the time that this show airs, 2 weekends, we'll definitely bring in some national qualifiers as long as we have a few. All trust in Jordan and Josh Colvin, our coaches.
I have trusted them as well. I have trusted Sohaila Akavine in the way that she's preparing this team for the upcoming conference tournament. There are not many matches left on their schedule. And unfortunately, Grant, last week they had 2 tough matches. They are both losses, one a 2-0 loss, one a 3-0 loss. This team is I'm hoping that those losses are going to help them kind of be ready for the conference tournament down the road, get those losses out of the way to win down there during that stretch of the season.
I will say, Jay, we're on the outside looking in right now, heading into the final week of the regular season. So we need to win both matches this week in order to make the conference tournament, or else it will be season over. I was talking with Coach Sohaila Akavine this morning. Still so many scenarios. Our conference SID, Ryan Murphy, sent out an email with the men's soccer scenarios, what could happen this week in the final week of the regular season. But, man, he didn't even bother sending one for the women's, because there are so many possible scenarios that could possibly happen in this week's final matches. So we got to find out. But we face an IU Columbus squad that has been reeling all season. They're at the bottom of the River State's conference standings. So hopefully we can get back on track with a win Thursday night. That's senior night. So come on out to Kokomo Municipal Stadium. 5 o'clock senior night festivities, 7 o'clock kickoff against the Crimson Pride of IU Columbus. So it will be crucial to get back on track there. We can't afford a draw at this point in the season, can't afford another loss. But last week wasn't all bad. Russia probably shouldn't have ended up losing that match 2-0. We probably did not have our best. But Saturday played the league leaders, Oakland City, really tight. Was 0-0 game at halftime. Played to our ability. And I think missing a few key players, one due to injury, a couple other reasons. We are capable of more than what we've done all season long, and I'm confident that will show this week. Sohaila Akavine, Mia Moody, they will have their squad ready to go Thursday against the Crimson Pride, and then Saturday they're on the road at Shawnee State. So Shawnee State is currently above us in their RSC standings. We need Midway to win tomorrow at Shawnee State, and then we need to take care of business Thursday and Saturday to give ourselves a chance to get into that top 6 in order to make the River States Conference tournament next week.
One motivation, if anybody needs one, to get out to the soccer game on Thursday. I know it's Halloween, so I understand that Kokomo's allowing trick-or-treating on Wednesday and Thursday, but also the turf has been replaced inside that stadium. It is beautiful. So if you're looking for motivation, get out there to look at the beautiful turf out there. And also, it's not going to be crazy cold.
No.
Like we're at the end of October, and it could easily be snowing.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it doesn't change anytime soon, but it's not going to be snowing. So there's so many reasons to get out to celebrate these talented young ladies on senior night in a stadium that's beautiful as well.
Yeah, an absolutely beautiful stadium, turf or not. And the turf has just added to it this year. The brand new turf is beautiful. Shout out to the city of Kokomo for taking care of that order of business. But yeah, it's just celebrate our 4 seniors, send them off in style with a victory and in front of a large home crowd.
A large home crowd, and when I think of large, I think of wild and crazy, and I think that's probably raucous is that word that's been used quite a bit. I think it's probably what Grant got to experience last Friday. Rio Grande came to town. The Cougars took care of them in 4 sets. The very next day on that 12 o'clock match start there, they swept WVU Tech. The ladies are rolling. 25-4. Might be 28-4 down the road. They've won 18 straight. They're 12-0 in conference play. Once again, Heather Hayes' squad is hitting on all cylinders at the right time of year. Yeah,
hitting on all cylinders. I agree for the most part.
Yeah.
I think Heather Hayes, our athletic director and volleyball coach, as well as Lori Elson and Audrey Talley, her assistants, I think they would beg to differ with us, Jay.
Okay.
They know volleyball a little better than we do. But I think there's still room for this team to improve, which is scary considering we're 12-0 in the River States Conference, won however many in a row that we have. 4 matches away from 2 straight undefeated, 4 victories away from 2 straight undefeated seasons in conference play. So in all honesty, they haven't had their best. Friday and Saturday we struggled at times. Friday, man, can't say enough about the crowd. Breast cancer awareness match put on by our student athlete advisory committee. Impressive turnout for that. But then just to see the raucous environment inside the SAEC in a regular season match. This isn't a conference tournament match. This isn't an NAIA tournament match. But that environment was top notch. And we even had a local celebrity, Sam Beckham of the Bobcats. He was in attendance. He was blown away at the crowd and the environment. So hoping to see more of that this weekend. Volleyball senior day is Saturday. And then we're locked into hosting the River States Conference tournament. And hopefully we host the NAIA opening round match later this month.
I am trying my best not to make any jokes right now when you call Sam a local celebrity. I know he's well known. Don't get me wrong. I know Sam. He would not be upset with that. Local celebrity. I like that.
No, it would make his head big. That's exactly what it would do.
What's coming up this week for the volleyball team?
Yeah, so volleyball at home Friday against a Brescia squad that we swept earlier in the year on the road. So looking forward to a pair of wins hopefully this weekend again. I can't necessarily remember who we're playing for senior day, but that's not a problem. Senior day is at noon on Saturday, so we'll be honoring the seniors about 11:45, 11:50 a.m. So same thing about soccer this Thursday. 2 chances to come out and honor 2 senior classes that have meant a lot to not only their respective programs, but our athletic department as a whole. A plethora of impressive student athletes, emphasis on student. They're more than just athletes at IU Kokomo. Stellar in the classroom as well as on the court. So yeah, come on out and support IUK volleyball 7 and noon Friday and Saturday, and then as we mentioned, soccer 7 o'clock on Thursday.
Last week, the women's basketball team got to start their season and started it off on a road game in Marion. This week, the men's basketball team is going on the road and playing in the Governor State Classic. And Grant, I believe you said this is the 3rd season in a row they're playing out there?
Yeah, 3rd straight season we've played out there. I know it's a 2nd straight season that we've taken on William Penn and Governor State. I think 3 seasons ago it was Governor State and somebody else. Can't necessarily remember that, but yeah, we'll stick with men's basketball and then touch on women's basketball. Men's basketball will open the season Friday and Saturday. I believe we'll play William Penn Friday. I believe.
You're good, man.
Governor State Saturday.
I didn't correct you on the volleyball. I had that in my notes. I was hoping you got the volleyball senior night match correct. You didn't even try, which is probably better than getting it wrong.
Yeah, I'm not going to try.
But I'm really impressed that you got William Penn first in that one.
Yeah, so William Penn's a squad that 2 or 3 years ago, they were number 1 in the nation, the number 1 overall seed in the NAIA, and we went and played in their pod. I think we were a 9 seed. We took care of business against the 8 seed the day prior, and then that next day we had the chance to take on the number 1 statesman of William Penn. While we're talking about William Penn, shout out to former soccer assistant coach Caleb Preston. He's now the head women's soccer coach at William Penn, but this weekend it's a rivalry. So we took down number 1 William Penn. Alante Harper had a buzzer-beating layup, or a pass to Julian Hunter for a buzzer-beating layup to knock them out of the NAIA tournament a couple years ago, and we'll get to renew that rivalry once again. We handled business against the Statesmen last year. They were down a bit. I expect them to be as good as they have ever been this year with an experienced head coach. I'm sure they have hit the transfer portal hard, and then we'll battle the home team, Governor State, Saturday afternoon. So a chance to start off the season strong. Started off the season strong 2-0 and 8-0 last season. Let's see if we can't do that again this season.
Women's basketball.
Yeah, women's basketball. It started Saturday in Marion, as you mentioned, against the number 3 team in the nation. So can't start your season off much tougher than this team is going to. One of these games I'm talking about is an exhibition, does not count to the record. But yeah, so started off last week. I think provides a lot of learning opportunities to go on the road and battle the number 3 team in the nation under a first-year head coach in Lisa Pfluger. The ultimate amount of trust in her, and her coaching staff has some awesome experience with Charlie Hall, former director of the Indiana All-Stars. He's on staff, so plenty of experience there. They're not lacking that. And then they will go to Ball State Wednesday, so hopefully, I'm assuming this will air Wednesday or Thursday, but either way, Wednesday of this week, they will battle the Cardinals of Ball State. Now, it is an exhibition match, no stats or no streaming or anything of that. You won't see any posting of that, but it is an exhibition match, so we will be taking on the Cardinals, and another opportunity to see how we stack up. We know there's no real meaning of this game. Essentially, there's no meaning at all. It's not hurting your wins and your losses. As long as we get out of there healthy and learn a plethora of things that we can that Coach Pfluger can use to better themselves the rest of the year. Our first home game is next week, so we'll have a little bit of off time after this exhibition game up there in Muncie in the beautiful Worthen Arena Wednesday night to see where we stack up. So
you talk about the seniors in soccer and in volleyball. I normally ask you to kind of wrap up or share your last final thoughts about what's anything going on. Yeah. But for this time, since it is senior week for those 2 programs, I want to hear you kind of give kind of your synopsis about the seniors on the soccer team and the seniors on the volleyball team.
I'm going to do one better. I'm going to give you one synopsis of both because they've been so dang successful in similar instances. Volleyball's a little different. I think 3 or 4 of the girls graduating are third-year seniors, so they were graduating in 3 years. I think that's 3 of the girls. And then 1 is a graduate student. This is her 5th year. The others are 4th-year seniors. So different there. It's weird to have a bigger senior class for a volleyball team that only has 17 girls, whereas the soccer team, who has 25 girls, only graduates 4 student athletes. So, they graduate more than 4 student athletes, but some of the student athletes are 5th years, and we honored them last year. So I should preface with that. But yeah, the soccer senior class, which is obviously more than 4, they've meant a lot to this program. They saw them into the NAIA tournament for the first 2 times, 2 River States Conference championships, and whether that's regular season or not, it doesn't matter because you don't get a bid in the regular season. You have to go on and win the River States Conference postseason championship, and I think last season's schedule speaks to that. It was a battle in the postseason last year to get to the NAIA tournament. We won the regular season with ease, and they had to battle with 2 double overtime matches that there was still no score, or they were tied after the overtime periods. Both go into shootouts. We win both. Speaks to the level of goaltending we have. Speaks to the level of toughness and grit that Sohaila Akavin's squad has always featured. So soccer men and volleyball both have been showed an ability to stick it out through tough times, I would say. Back to volleyball, man, they also have taken this program to new heights. This program, yes, they were used to going to the NAIA National Tournament and winning conference titles, unlike soccer has been before this senior class. So this senior class came in and picked up where the previous classes had left off. But man, this senior class last year played a massive role in getting us to the Sweet 16 again, getting our first pool play win in a long time at the national level in Sioux City. So if I had to use a few words to describe them, I would say remarkable, a tenacity. I'll stick with those 2, remarkable and tenacity for me. They're tenacious, I guess. Tenacious is a better word. It's probably the current tense, I should say, of the verb. My mom would be disappointed in me as a language arts teacher. But tenaciousness and toughness and all of that, remarkable. It's been impressive. They've knocked down walls that we didn't see possible in the few years that we have been in athletic department. And man, because of these seniors, whether it be 15 of them, it's probably about 12 to 15 of them between these two fall sports. They are a big reason why these programs are where they are now.
I appreciate everything Grant had to say about the young ladies on the soccer team and the volleyball team. And if you have the ability this week, definitely get out and support them. One's on Thursday at Kokomo Municipal Stadium. One is on Saturday on campus in a beautiful gym that the young ladies are able to play in. Get out and support them. Get out and show your support. Be loud, clap, cheer, whatever you got to do to show your support for these talented young ladies on the soccer team and the volleyball team that are playing big-time conference matches this week. I appreciate Grant for coming on the show once again. He is the Sports Information Director, Coordinator at IUK. Got so many different titles. I can throw whichever one I want out. Whichever one sticks, I'm going to use that one. And guys, I'm done rambling. This has been the Cougar Cast. We'll see you next time.